Here's something most tire shops won't tell you. When Consumer Reports tested wet braking, they found differences of 30 feet between premium all-season tires. That's two full pickup trucks. Imagine slamming your brakes in rain. One tire stops you safely, another puts you into the car ahead. What shocked me during this research, one tire stopped 56 feet shorter than competitors when worn down. That's not a small difference. That's the difference between a close call and an insurance claim. I analyzed hundreds of independent tests to find which 6 tires genuinely dominate wet braking in 2026. Tire links are below. Number 3 surprised even me. Number 6, Pirelli Cinturato P7 All-Season Plus 2. Most people skip this tire. Big mistake. Pirelli solved the problem premium sedan owners face every highway drive, that floating sensation through puddles where you lose steering confidence. The compound uses functionalized polymers with increased silica. Here's what matters. When temperatures drop and other tires harden, this one stays flexible and grips harder. The contact patch grew 5% versus the old version, more rubber touching wet pavement during panic stops. 4 circumferential grooves evacuate water like emergency drains. Testing confirms it resists hydroplaning, even cutting through standing highway water at 70 miles per hour. But here's the problem. Nobody mentions. Pacific Northwest drivers love it through flooded intersections. Wet braking beats competing touring tires. The 70,000-mile warranty is solid, yet it doesn't match what's coming at number 3. Not even close. Get alignment check that installation. This optimized patch shows uneven wear fast if your front end is off. That's one down. The next tire does something most engineers said was impossible. Ever felt your tires lose grip in heavy rain? Comment your vehicle and location. One viewer story might save someone else. Number 5, Bridgestone Turanza Quiet Track. Here's what doesn't make sense. This tire is quieter than luxury car tires, yet it stops shorter in rain than tires costing twice as much. Bridgestone broke the rule everyone believed. You can't have silence and safety. The technology that changed everything is HydroTrack, which maintains water evacuation at half-worn tread depth. Most tires lose wet performance as they wear. This one gets aggressive instead. The silica compound contains over 30 rubber formulations. Testing confirms wet braking matching dedicated summer tires in warm rain. It scored an 8.8 for wet traction and 8.7 for hydroplaning resistance. But here's what those numbers actually mean. When the child runs into the street, you stop. When that Camry ahead brakes suddenly, you don't hit it. 4 grooves with lateral slots actively push water away. Drivers report confidence through puddles that make other tires dance sideways. The trade-off they don't advertise, it wears slightly faster. Tread wear rating is 7.4. The 80,000-mile warranty is honest. For hybrids and EVs with heavy battery weight, this tire handles instant torque without wet spinning. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Number 4 lasts almost 100,000 miles while maintaining that wet grip. Number 4, Michelin Defender 2. They said it couldn't be done. Long tread life or wet safety? Pick one. Michelin picked both. Here's how they broke physics. EverTread 2.0 compound keeps the contact patch consistent across 94,000 miles. Wet braking at mile 50,000 matches new performance. That's not normal. Wide grooves with aggressive lateral notches create optimized water evacuation. New England testing where spring rain is relentless showed drivers navigating flooded highways like dry pavement. 3D Sipe technology creates thousands of microscopic biting edges. They run deep. Wet traction doesn't fade as tread wears. The number that matters, one Florida owner drove 82,000 miles through daily afternoon thunderstorms before hitting wear bars. Wet braking stayed confident the entire time. Wet braking tests from 50 miles per hour showed 130 feet stopping distance. That's performance tire territory. 0 wet spinning during acceleration, even in powerful vehicles. For serious mileage drivers, nearly 100,000 miles of wet protection changes the cost calculation completely. But wait until you see what Continental did with number 3. What's your biggest tire concern? Wet safety, tread life, or comfort? Comment below. We'll address the top answer in our next video. Number 3. Continental True Contact Tour. This is the tire that proved everyone wrong. The belief, German engineering means expensive and stiff. The reality, this tire costs less than most premium options and absorbs road impacts better than luxury brands. Continental obsessed over one thing, wet braking that borders on paranoid. Why it works? Eco Plus technology with engineered polymers maintains flexibility when cold rain hits and other compounds turn rigid. 3 wide grooves backed by lateral traction grooves create multiple water escape routes. Testing showed 60 miles per hour wet pavement stops that shocked veteran testers. Braking distances matching performance performance summer tires with an 80,000-mile warranty. Hydroplaning resistance earned 9 to 10 ratings consistently. Highway puddles deep enough to terrify most drivers, this tire tracks straight through them. The long game, a Pacific Northwest owner drove 5 Seattle Windsors, 84,000 miles, with even wear throughout. Mature drivers notice how it absorbs expansion joints without jarring the cabin. Highway noise is admirably quiet. Here's what Continental won't tell you. This tire stops shorter on wet roads and tires costing $100 more per corner. For rain-heavy regions with aging infrastructure and poor drainage, the math is simple. The top two are where things get controversial. Number 2 beat the legendary number 1 in wet braking, but there's a catch. Even the best tire fails if you're speeding in rain or tread drops below 4/32 of an inch. But our final two provide wet confidence that rewrites the rules. Number 2, Goodyear Assurance Weather Ready 2. This tire beat the legendary number 1 in wet braking, but almost nobody knows it. Here's the story. Goodyear brought back Aqua Tread technology, those V-grooves that made their 1990s tire legendary, but this version uses computer modeling that didn't exist 30 years ago. Water evacuation borders on violent. The directional tread with 6 unique blocks doesn't channel water, it expels it like a high-performance pump built into each corner. 3D Treadlock secures blocks during cornering while opening for maximum wet braking grip. The test that changed everything. Independent testing confirmed the impossible. Weather Ready 2 stopped 5.1 feet shorter than Cross Climate 2 on wet surfaces in emergency braking. That's the difference between stopping and collision. Wet handling earned first place, completing wet courses 0.87 seconds faster than any competitor. Real drivers, real storms. A Pacific Northwest owner drove through a downpour that turned the freeway into a river, standing water deep enough to trigger panic. Weather Ready 2 maintains steering control without hydroplaning. Wet braking stays consistent down to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, where most all seasons quit. It includes visible wear indicators and a 60,000-mile warranty. The honest trade-off, deep grooves create higher rolling resistance. Hybrid and EV owners report 1 to 2 miles per gallon decrease. The question is modest fuel reduction worth significantly shorter rain stopping? Safety-conscious drivers already know the answer. So why isn't this number 1? Because a tire at number 1 does something that still doesn't make sense. Have you driven any of these? Share your real experience. Comment the tire name and whether you'd buy again. Top comment gets pinned. Number 1, Michelin Cross Climate 2. After analyzing every wet weather test, hundreds of verified reviews, and Consumer Reports data, one tire refuses to lose. The tire that shouldn't exist. Cross Climate 2 earned the 3-Peak Mountain Snowflake rating, severe winter certified, while delivering wet performance rivaling dedicated rain tires. That combination violates tire engineering logic. Thermal Adaptive Compound maintains flexibility from 95 degrees with rain down to 35 degrees with sleet. Other tires pick one temperature range. This one dominates both. The V-formation secret? Distinctive V-shaped pattern actively pulls water away while creating additional biting edges. Computer-modeled groove angles maximize evacuation without sacrificing road contact. Hydroplaning resistance at speeds 2.6 miles per hour higher than nearest competitor. Measurable, repeatable. Here's what separates this from everything. On wet pavement, when worn to legal limits, Cross Climate 2 stopped 56 feet shorter than 4 leading competitors. Hear that again. When half worn, it dominates new competitors. Full-depth sipes maintain biting ages through the tire's life. Performance at 30,000 miles mirrors new. Independent testing confirmed it. Multiple tests across Europe and North America consistently show first or second in wet braking, handling, and hydroplaning. Florida drivers facing summer thunderstorms creating instant flooding report complete confidence. One owner described driving through puddles creating rooster tails behind the vehicle with full steering control maintained. The 3-year proof? A 30,000-mile test through New England nor'easters and spring deluges showed summer downpours with consistent, confidence-inspiring grip. Wet braking remains strong, approaching half-worn. The investment reality? Premium pricing, yes, but mature drivers understand this calculation. Preventing one accident exceeds any tire price difference. Bodywork, deductibles, injuries, stress. The real cost isn't the tire. Fuel economy trade? Deeper tread creates higher rolling resistance. Hybrid and EV owners report 1 to 2 miles per gallon drops. Safety-conscious drivers accept that exchange for dramatically improved wet security. Why this is number 1? For frequent rain, occasional winter, or unpredictable weather, Cross Climate 2 eliminates seasonal swaps while providing wet confidence surpassing most summer tires. Multiple independent organizations validated what thousands know. When roads turn slippery, Cross Climate 2 provides stopping power with no equal in the all-season category. That 56-foot difference when worn, that's why this tire saves lives. Now you understand why that 56-foot difference matters and why your next tire choice is more critical than most people realize. All 6 tire lengths are below. Proper pressure and tread depth still matter, but wrong tires in rain? That's a mistake you can't afford. Subscribe for safety insights that actually matter.